Welcome! This is a video assignment for Mr. Eads' History 1 class for North Central Texas College. This is a presidential portrait piece on James Knox Polk and Zachary Taylor. I'm coming to you live, so to speak, from our spacious campuses in Corinth, Texas. President James Knox Polk, the 11th President of the United States from 1845 to 1849. President Polk was a slaveholder. He owned slaves on plantations in both Tennessee and Mississippi. Accounts of slave life on Polk's plantation depict brutal conditions, as only half of Polk's slaves lived to the age of 15, and adults tried to run away. Personally, Polk was honest, shrewd, he worked hard, but most historians say he had a boring personality. Polk was not very social, and overall just hated people. In order to not have to touch them, Polk developed his own handshake. His first lady was Sarah Polk. She had the exact opposite personality. She loved to entertain. Now the question I want to ask here is, could James K. Polk as a politician be truly considered a dark horse? He was a protege of Andrew Jackson, and his friends called him Young Hickory. He was a former governor of Tennessee and a former Speaker of the House. As Speaker, he led Jackson's fight against the Second Bank of the United States in the House of Representatives. In 1840, he sought the vice presidential nomination, but didn't receive it. And according to Walter Boardman, you may label Polk a dark horse if you will, but far from being a flash from the back of the pack, Old Hickory's boy came to the presidency far better prepared and qualified than many of his successors. The best evidence is not the record that he forged. Polk is also very interesting in that he had an agenda, he had a checklist, he stuck to it, and he accomplished 6 of his 6 goals. Also, Polk sets a record of having the shortest former presidency. He left office in March 1849, caught cholera on his way home to his estate in Nashville, and died in June of the same year. Zachary Taylor, 12th President of the United States, from 1849 to 1850. Just like Jackson, Zachary Taylor had no formal education. He received his military commission from his cousin, James Madison. He was a native Virginian who made his home in Louisiana. Taylor fought in both the Black Hawk War and in the Mexican-American War. And Zachary Taylor fits the Whig strategy. Shun Henry Clay, adopt a war hero, ignore a platform. Personally, Zachary Taylor portrayed the image of the country bumpkin. His leadership style was straightforward and stubborn, yet simple and kind. Although he was a military officer, Taylor dressed like an enlisted man, complete with a loose coat, trousers that were too short, and a big straw sombrero. In this, Taylor's a little bit ahead of his time. Taylor's wife, Margaret, suffered from poor health that was caused by the life of a military wife on the frontier. The Taylors had 6 children, 5 daughters, and 1 son, Richard, who would later become a general in the Confederate Army. Another daughter, Sarah, married Jefferson Davis, one of Taylor's subordinates in 1835. Taylor disapproved of this union, not wanting to have history repeat itself with one of his daughters. Yet it did, for Sarah caught malaria on her honeymoon, visiting Davis's sister in Louisiana, and then she died. The couple had only been married for 3 months. Taylor blamed Davis for Sarah's death, and did not make up with him until the Mexican-American War. Thank you for watching this video assignment on the presidential portraits of James Knox Polk and Zachary Taylor, and may the force be with you on the next exam.